Hi guys, Resonance here. So I'm going to be doing another League of Legends live commentary again. However, this time I realized that a lot of you probably might not really know how League of Legends works. So in the future, with all of my League videos, I'm going to briefly be explaining the game during this beautiful, beautiful load screen. I'm going to be playing Lissandra this time. And I'm going to be going to top lane. So let's go shift right over to this beautiful diagram. Bam. League of Legends, as you can tell. This will basically explain the game to you while I'm loading. The things that are circled in yellow are the turrets, which basically must be destroyed first before the Nexus can be destroyed. As you can tell, the map is mirrored between both sides. Basically, it's just two teams of 5 players. Everyone picks a character from a large roster of characters, and you play that character. And then you and your teammates must work together to destroy the enemy Nexus. Now, the Nexus is the buildings in the bottom left and the bottom right. It's the big gem-looking one. And in order to destroy it, you have to take out all the turrets, which are circled in yellow around the map. And basically, since there's 5 of you, there's like 3 paths to the enemy base, or they're referred to as lanes, and your team has to divide up between the lanes. Now, I am going to be going top, and as you can tell from the far right of the screen, that top is typically a solo lane, so I'm going to be playing the champion Lissandra, and I'm going to be going top, and I'm just going to be filling you guys in on my thought process behind the decisions that I make throughout this game. Keep in mind, I am not necessarily super good at League of Legends, but like with AoE and whatnot, I'm like a dictionary, so going to just help explain the game to people, basically. And if it turns out from watching this video that this kind of seems like the game that you'd be interested in trying, there will be a referral link in my video description below, underneath this video, that you should totally use, and I would really, really appreciate it. This game is free to play. People often joke and use the term free loosely, but it is free to play. There are microtransactions for cosmetic items and things that don't really matter, but you can have everything that is not cosmetic for free just from playing. So, all right, jumping straight into it.
There will be no Thor.
So this is me, and my teammates have their 5 champions. Who am I against? I should have looked at that prior. I'll be against Riven. So, let the cloth 5 begin. And their jungler is Elise.
All will kneel in time.
Okay. So basically, the reason that I started with these items is I'm at least pretty certain, unless they do some sort of elaborate cheese just to screw with my head, that I will be laning against the champion Riven, who is... basically, there's 2 types of damage in League of Legends that you should be aware of when you're starting out. There's always exceptions to every rule, though, keep in mind. So there's like physical and magic damage, and those are really the 2 main types of damage that you should be worrying about. And I know that my opponent Riven is all physical damage, so I want to start the game with a little bit of armor to reduce the amount of physical damage that my character Lissandra takes. And this will be important to surviving against her. And yeah, as you level up, as you can tell in level 1, you gain access to new skills, and the stats of your champion improve. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm helping our Nautilus friend. These are all randoms, by the way, I don't know any of them. I am solo queuing. This painkiller guy is playing as the champion Nautilus. I'm going to give him a hand with his blue buff. Oh wow, that was fast. And yeah, so it's going to be Riven. Jesus Christ, she's 81 attack damage right off the bat. So that's gonna jump. So I'm gonna play mostly safe.
Feel the power of true ice.
It's a shame that I missed her. Okay, so it looks like someone died already. Basically, the general goal is the beginning of the game. You're going to want to really improve the strength of your character so that you can become strong enough to take on those turrets, because those turrets are really, really powerful, and you, in general, don't want to be taking those on. Alright, getting a bit of good harass on her. Haven't really played much Lissandra, but I felt like I should give her a shot. Why not? Something a little new. That was bad. And her mana costs are ridiculous. Just for sure. And anyway, as you may have noticed, there are both 3 lanes, the 3 paths to the enemy base, because we got to take out at least 1 path of turrets, 1 lane worth of turrets before we go and take their nexus. You will also note that there is a jungle that I mentioned in the little tutorial image that I had. You can actually, it's like the lane between the lanes, basically. Yeah, not a chance, buddy. So yeah, there's a lane between the lanes, and that person, like, he goes between the lanes, right? And he's gonna try and sneak up on you and do horrible, despicable things to you. And there's, notice the jungler. I am a bit rusty at League of Legends since I've taken about a several month break, so... No Nautilus? I thought he was coming. I guess he decided to go mad. Not a problem. So yeah, pardon me for my play. I am quite rusty. Okay, so I guess Nautilus is coming. I think Nautilus has got that, so I don't think I need to do anything. Or shield just did barely. That's a shame. Oh well. Such is life. We'll push that out a little bit, and then I'm gonna leave. Probably get one of those last hits. Or just all of them. I just don't want Elise to come in and kill me at the last second. And then I'm gonna go head back to base. Basically in the spawn area, that's where you can go buy items to also power up your character. I'm gonna be trying to get a really quick Seeker's Arm Guard item. I think I want a flask as well. Give me a little bit of that lane sustain. I'm gonna want these wards so I don't get snuck up on by Spider Lady. Elise. And yeah, you'll see that there's lots of shenanigans going on here. Basically, the idea is that you get money whenever you last hit these. When you get the last hit, when you get the killing blow, they refer to as last hit. On any of these little wizard people, they refer to them as minions or creeps if you play Dota. You get money from that, and with the money you can buy items, and you also get experience from just being around combat. So the idea is that we're just trying to strengthen ourselves up to become strong enough to take on those towers.
An ally has been slain.
Well, that was a big mistake, Riven buddy. Big mistake. Big mistake. Okay, so that was good. I have, this is actually my first game as Lissandra, by the way. I just bought her today, so pardon me if my level of play is not super good, but she seemed really, really cool, so I wanted to give her a shot. But I have read a lot and seen a lot of Lissandra, so... This is mostly for entertainment purposes. Although I'm sure you can learn a lot from watching me screw up and whatnot. And every now and then I do make a good play, but you know. Alright, so yeah, this is good. Lissandra's really good. Well, I mean, this is my first real game as her. I've practiced in like bot matches, but that doesn't really count. I'm gonna drink a little bit of my flask. It's gonna heal me just a teeny bit. Got a missing Riven, so I'm gonna go alert my team that she might be up to no good. I have missed more last hits this game than I care for.
It's inevitable.
Should I go back to? I should go back to base and finish my Seekers. I do have a 2-level advantage on her, though. I could probably kill her if she's not careful.
Many secrets. Very nice.
Oh, I don't know how much damage I necessarily do, but I am reasonably confident that if she's not careful, I can really do some damage to her. Alright, well anyway, I'm just gonna go back to base because these turrets are incredibly strong. I do not want to stick around for that, basically. They're gonna do some pretty heavy damage to me, so I'll leave her be for now so I can buy some more items and refill my flask. That should be nice. Should be nice. We're gonna get the boots as well, and I'll get another ward.
So many secrets. Very nice.
Alright. So, I guess I can briefly explain what my abilities do.
This world has forgotten.
Ice Shard, it throws a Spear of Ice at anyone like close enough to me, and then if it hits a unit, it damages units behind it as well. This thing deals damage to anyone near me and roots them in place for a little bit. And my Ice Claw ability, it will move me to a location. I can use that to teleport to any location along where the claw has moved. So I got a missing Riven. I think she's gone back to base. That is a-okay.
I am eternal.
So yeah, I think since Lissandra is a very short-range character, and she's really heavy on the CC, I think that she should be built rather tanky. Of course, she's close range and whatnot. So I'm gonna be building her as some sort of a tanky mage type thing. Ah, she dodged that. That's a shame, but I will get you, Riven. I will get you. Don't you worry. Her mana costs are rather high, unfortunately, though. That is an issue. I'll probably have to compensate for that, perhaps with a chalice of some sort. Then I think I can really do some damage to her. So yeah, the idea usually when you're going top lane is you want to itemize based on your opponent. Well, you always want to do that, of course, but it's even more important in top lane, because top lane is a very, I guess, a potential to snowball the lane. Like, if you fall behind top lane, it's relatively easy to keep pressing the advantage up here because it's solo and the lane is pretty long, whereas in mid, at least you'll still be able to get some farm if you're getting absolutely decimated. Oh, shit. Anyway, if you're getting somewhat decimated, you'll still be fine in the mid lane, because you'll still be able to farm. Alright, she's crazy. I don't know what that was about. I'm gonna go back to base, though, because I don't believe, honestly, that... I think Elise is probably still in one of these bushes.
They cannot fight.
But yeah. I think Elise... I have reason to believe that Elise would still be in one of those bushes, so... I am not going to risk it. It's always better safe than sorry with these things, so... I think I'll get a chalice. That'll also round up my resistances just a little bit and solve any sort of mana issues that I might have. Yeah, and then the bottom lane is typically occupied by 2 people, and yeah, this is our jungler, so he's gonna like roam around and just do stuff. If you're curious, I am indeed level 30, and I have a lot of games played. But again, I took a really long break from playing League of Legends, so I'm still getting new to all these new characters, like Elise, for example. So not entirely sure what everyone does, but I am working on it. I have a lot of experience with this game, but things have really changed over the last few months. Much for the better, which is why I'm really enjoying it and why I'm back. One part about this game is that it is typically populated by people with anger management issues. I know that it's just an online gaming thing, although I really haven't seen that in AoE, which is nice. AoE has a really nice community compared to most online games. So yeah, anyway, this game is often played by people with some significant anger management issues, which is pretty fun. Like you can tell that, you know, this player is a little frustrated, a little bit frustrated. And yeah, I got baited into that bush last time. That was a mistake on my part. I should not assume that this Riven, I guess, is that stupid, that she would just let me kill her like that. Basically, a good way to play, and what I normally do when I'm playing a little better, is I like to always assume that it's a trap. Like you have an Admiral Akbar in your head, who's like, it's a trap, you know, so. I always assume that. So typically, yeah, it's best to assume that your opponents always know their stuff, and it's good to keep that in mind so that you don't get baited into silly things. Of course, you know, if there's no risk of you dying, then, you know, why not? Why not go ham? But yeah, okay, my mana issues are solved. No problems here. Well, if I had Ignite, I actually probably would have been able to kill her there. I took Exhaust because since this is my first actual normal game as Lissandra, I wanted to play it a little safer, especially because I know I'm going to be playing more of a disruptive tanky role, especially because we've got Syndra. She can do all the crazy burst damage. I think I'm just going to attempt to lock their team down and be really annoying. So that's the goal here. Wow, I wonder if I can kill her actually. Okay, so I can. Anyway, as you can tell, those turrets do like 10 billion damage, so you really do want to stay away from them. If you're attacking any enemy champions underneath them, they'll start hitting you, and you have to keep that in mind. Also, the longer that you tank the damage from them, the more damage that you take, so you really do have to be careful with those. I think I can probably sell those health potions at this point.
I see things clearly.
I got my flask for sustain anyway, so that's not bad. Yeah, let's see how the rest of the lanes are going. It looks like Syndra is doing really well. This is nice. Despite that, though, it seems to be a relatively close game. Score-wise, it's 12-9. Those are the amount of kills. So, and yeah. If this looks interesting or compelling to you, because I think it is a really deep and interesting game, please do use the referral link in the video description.
This is but a battle. I've already won.
And yeah, if League of Legends ain't your thing, that's fine. I understand.
Plans within plans.
I just like to play it every now and then to sort of mix things up. Now I'm gonna ward this bush instead of that bush because I have reason to believe that Elise is gonna come from there instead of this bush, since I'm gonna be typically pushed up at Riven's tower now that I have such a large advantage on her. And a good way to deny farm, basically, which is just getting any creep kills, is to just keep someone underneath their turret, because their turret will often take last hits for you, and that's never fun. So I can basically just aggressively push this all I want. I'm in no real risk of dying. Lissandra is quite survivable, and I've got amazing push. Mostly because I can use my claw thing to get away in the event that I'm ever in trouble, so not really concerned. Oh man, these jukes. And yeah, I really want to take that turret out. As you can tell, I'm getting it a lot lower on health. So baby steps, baby steps.
In time.
Alright, so yeah, that's why I have this ward in this bush, because it gives me vision in a small area for a short amount of time. So I knew Elise was there because I warded that, which was good. Last time they used the element of surprise to get the better of me by, she basically, because my minions give me vision, right? She walked into that bush when she knew I wouldn't be able to tell what was inside there because I had no vision, and they tricked me into walking into that bush. But I will not make that mistake again. That's a common play that players will try. Alright, so now that I'm done pushing all that and I've got a bit of gold, I'm going to go back to base again and buy some more items. I am really at no risk of dying here at all, which is is good. Which is good. It's gonna be a little more greedy. Still gonna keep the ward purchasing going on though, of course. Looks like we've got some action going on here. So yeah, this game is entirely free to play, although you can't get access to most of the cosmetic stuff in the game. Like there are plenty of skins for your characters and other not really significant stuff that you can buy, but you know, if you want, you can always go buy those. But otherwise, it is free to play. Like I do have a reasonable collection of skins for the characters that I really like. I've been playing this game since, well, it's been a really long time now.
No one will remember that.
So it is hard to say. Easily, I think it's been like 3 years at this point. But it's been an on and off type thing. Like, around the time when I started playing was the time when Yorick was released. Or that's the time when I started, like, actually trying to learn the game. Like, I was seriously playing it. It was about, like, level 15 or something by the time Yorick was released. All the characters. Doing some really good damage to her. This is nice. I wonder when I can dive her. Oh, I'm so close. So close. I don't want to get too greedy though, but, you know. Looks like our friend Lissandra is going to come up top lane and give me a little hand with this. And I get a little bit of mana back with my flask, and it looks like I can get this tower for free. Doesn't matter who gets the last hit in the tower, whereas it does in Dota. Now, I don't know where Elise is, and it would seem like a trap to have me walk into that bush, so again, I'm just going to play it safe here, and assume that they're, like, because basically my thing is that you'll basically win games if you don't die. So I like to try and avoid dying at all costs. Alright, so I'm quite tanky at this point. The items that I'm going to be going for are stuff like a Liandry's Torment, I think, an Abyssal Scepter, and a Zanya's. And that'll make me really survivable. And that's the idea, is I want to be tanky because I'm going to be in the front lines, whereas this Syndra person is just going to be one doing a lot of the damage, whereas I'm mostly going to be just doing the destructing. What's okay? Well, that's some good damage. Alright. Ooh, that's some good damage. I'm taking a bit of damage though, so I gotta be wary of that. Okay. That is the new character that they just released, like, last week? What killed me? Spell not found. This game is also notoriously buggy, which is awesome. Oh, okay, so that was tragic. Yeah, well. Life goes on. I'm not entirely sure what went wrong in that specific fight. I believe it was like we were focusing their Leona too much. Also might have been that we were awfully clumped, that's for sure, but I will definitely be a little bit more careful. I definitely could have lived in that fight, and that was a mistake on my part because I still have my flash up, which is one of the spells that I have at my disposal that allows me to teleport a short distance, and I could have used that to save myself if I reacted quick enough, but I guess we lost the fight sooner than I thought. I thought I could get away without it, which was a teeny bit greedy, so I'm not going to make that mistake again, of course. Now, I don't really have reason to believe that this person is alone, but I mean, on the off chance that... Did I get you? Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Man, that was close. Oh my god! Oh my god! Are you serious? Whoa! Man, I got dived by. What did I send their entire team up here? That's 4 people. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. It's unfortunate that I was not able to kill either of those people. It was quite unfortunate.
An enemy has been slain. Shut down.
I guess I can start finishing the Abyssal Scepter, I suppose. Clear up a little inventory room. I think I'll probably tack on like a Rylai's or something, we'll see. As one of my final items, I'm not sure. Man, yeah, they really don't like me. Sent all of those people at me. That is tragic, tragic indeed. I was so close to being able to kill 2 of them, but alas, alas. Right now, these little minion things can also take turrets on their own if you leave them unattended. So that's one of the reasons why we try to remove them. Now, they just kicked my buttocks last time I showed my face, so I'm not going to do that. Looks like they want to take the dragon, which will give them a lot of gold. It's a neutral monster. Okay, well I got to dodge the Leona ult, which was nice. But at the same time, we are going to lose that fight anyway. They got a lot of AoE, that's not good. Probably could have waited just a teeny bit longer on my ultimate, but it worked out in the end.
No one will remember them.
Yep, and I don't have to jump to the claw at all if I want, so it can be a good way to bait people. I really don't think I need this flask anymore. I always buy it when I think I'm going to be in a tough lane, but lo and behold, that was not tough, so... But now the game is looking tough, that is for sure.
All will need in time.
Ooh, that Lucian guy. That was not a good hook. I wonder if this is a bait. I know that this guy top lane, as I saw, but...
The watchers will turn.
I have to be careful not to clump. Alright.
This world has forgotten true power.
Oh boy, we are committing indeed. I'm okay with this. Because then I can do that. Very, very nice. Good job, team. I think it's always good to stay positive when you're playing League of Legends because, I don't know, at the end of the day it's just a game and some people get pretty mad. But also, if your teammates suck for any reason, telling them that they suck balls in chat and yelling at them does not make them perform any better. I'm all for venting, but venting at your teammates does not actually help your chances of winning the game. If anything, it hurts it because they'll be all stressed and stuff.
There will be no Thor. I
do a bit of a pushing. Got to take out some of those creeps.
No one will remember them.
Ooh, Thresh has to be careful. Yeah, he's getting surprised here. That is tragic. Quite tragic. So yeah, one thing that the secret to winning at League of Legends is to basically not get caught like that. You don't want to have to die. So that means you have to just be very careful how you position yourself. Again, like, I assume everything is a trap, and I think that's a good way to play, which is typically why, it depends, but typically why I tend to have a better KDA than a lot of my team, is that I tend to assume that things are a trap. Like in Thresh's case, he was trying to put a ward in one of those bushes up there, and since we don't know where any of the enemies are, any of the enemy champions, enemy players, I would believe that that would be risky, because the odds of them being in that bush, quite high. Like, this is awfully ballsy of Nautilus to walk that direction. Now, I'm really not sure if we should be team fighting here, but I mean, I'm willing to give that a shot. Yeah, okay, I guess that was worth it. That was worth it. But we do have to be careful. Ooh, Leona's gonna almost die to that. Okay, I'm always gonna be careful not to overcommit, because the last thing, yeah, you have to be really careful how you position yourself. The last thing you want to do is give your opponents, which might have a big advantage, an even bigger advantage. And the idea is that if you're not winning, if you don't have an advantage, then you should be careful. You shouldn't be trying to make plays. Of course, though, if you have the advantage, you really should be trying to make plays. Now, I really do want to kill Leona here. I really would like to kill Leona, but there's no way to do it, like, safely. I'm gonna have to flash. Well, that's tragic. Tragic indeed. I did not position myself safely. I got caught by that.
Shut down.
I did well, that was worth it though, just because this potato molester, nice username, he had a killing spree. If you have a killing spree, you're worth a lot more money, so that was a worthwhile trade on my part. I was counting on my team to make that trade, and it worked out, so I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Our Syndra player is doing quite well. It's the Thresh and Nautilus that aren't doing so well, and they are causing us some issues with that, because they're giving the enemy team a rather significant gold advantage. Because the idea is that every time you die, you give experience and money to the enemy team, gold, which they can use to buy items, and experience, which allows them to upgrade their character's abilities. So that is not good. Dying begets more dying unless you are safe. Could make plays here. I could try and steal this. I might just do that. I know Leona is going to wait for us to clump, and then she's going to try and get a huge ultimate off, which is why I'm sitting sort of at the edge. Okay, it looks like they opted not to stop that dragon and instead pick off our person on our team who was alone. We have 2 wards in 1 bush. That is a mistake. Graves recalling in this bush is also a mistake. However, he will get away with it. There are also these little neutral monsters in the jungle which you can farm. I'm sure they are aware that I'm in this bush, so I'm just going to finish that one off and just get out of here. Yeah, this Thresh needs to be really careful. Really careful. A lot of my teammates have quite a few deaths. Good on Graves, though, because Graves is an important member of our team. Being the AD carry, or marksman as they refer it. Because there are multiple roles in which you can play in League of Legends, and he's definitely an important one, so it's good that he is really watching his positioning more than the rest of our teammates. That could make the difference.
No one will remember them.
I've got to defend that. Because I don't think my team will engage bottom without me. Oh, what? Not on my watch, buddy. What? Okay. Alright, well that was awfully surprising, but I did live, thankfully, and that's, I guess, one of the reasons why I took exhaust. That was good though, because they really overcommitted on that, and you should be really careful when you're trying to tower dive Lissandra, especially since I'm building so tanky, which is the point. That was a big mistake on their part to do that. Sure, I just barely lived, and it looked like I was going to die, but they were going down with me, and I don't think that was a good trade. I figured that Leona wasn't alone, which is why I went up there, because I knew that my team down bottom would not get caught without me. Because I knew that the enemy team wouldn't want to engage, because I knew that there was someone else there. I was hoping it'd be someone like Riven, so that we could kill her. Because even if I died there, it would have been really good, because I knew Graves was coming as well. And since Graves is like the carry on our team, he's the guy who does the most damage as the game goes on, I really want to ensure that it's basically like the rest of our team's job to ensure that he has a good game. So I am more than happy to trade my life in that situation, but I was pretty sure I'd live. And thankfully I did, so. Anyway, so like I said, there are plenty of like these neutral monsters which are between the lanes, which your jungler was going to go farm up, as they call it, to get lots of money and experience. And there's those two powerful ones that I showed you guys during the little intro tutorial thingy, that little image that I had, known as Dragon, and then the other one is Baron. Now, Dragon just gives everybody on your team a hefty gold income boost, and Baron actually gives your team a lot more. He not only gives your team a bunch of money, but he also gives your everyone on your team a little buff that improves the stats of their character. Yeah, now the idea here is that I really wanted to take Riven out of the fight as soon as I could, and that's why I ulted her there. Because she's a huge source of damage, and if I can, I would like to remove her right off the bat, because the enemy team really doesn't have too much heavy damage besides her. Well, either way, it takes a good chunk of it, basically. So that's the goal, is I want to remove her from the fight ASAP, so that the rest of the team fight is really easy. And in that case, that turned out well. Of course, their Lucian player is doing quite fine. I don't think this Baron is necessarily safe, but this could be a good opportunity to catch some of them out of position. Now, this is really dumb of the enemy team. They should not be here. And they got baited, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's necessarily baited, but that was a pretty big mistake, I'd say. Now, I'm going to ensure that she goes nowhere, but it looks like my teammate got that on lockdown. So I guess League of Legends turned back on the language filter, but I do not normally keep that on. I will turn that off after this match. So anyway, I've got all these tanky items that give me resistances. The Athene's Unholy Grail helps give me some mana regeneration, because I've got pretty significant mana costs, and it also gives me some cooldown reduction, which will allow me to really spam my abilities, because I have a lot of crowd control abilities like Disables, so I can lock the enemy team down so that our pal Graves over here, our AD carry as they call it, or marksman, can basically just win the game with huge damage. And Syndra, of course, as well, being our AP carry, as they call it, can also do a lot of damage to people, provided I lock them in place, just like that, so that's good. It's not really my job to get kills, it's my job to be disruptive and annoying. And yeah, I started with the Seeker's Arm Guard because it's really good against those physical damage dealers. Because again, it gives me armor, so you want to atomize based on your opponents and whatever the situation calls for. There's no one-size-fits-all build, really. Cannot believe I missed that at point blank. And of course, if you would like to play League of Legends with me, whenever I'm streaming and I happen to be streaming League of Legends, by all means, play with me. I don't mind if you are new at all, because we were all new at one point. That is for sure. And, you know, I'm more than happy to practice in like bot games with you if you're new and whatnot. It's all in good fun, all in good fun. And I have lower level accounts as well. So now we must play this team fight very carefully. Notice that based on the minimap, there are a lot of enemy minions pushing top lane, so we do have to keep in mind that those are going to maybe perhaps take a turn if we're not careful. And yeah, I'm going to really watch my positioning here. It looks like a team fight will not break out because their Leona is actually trying to solo push our bot lane. And I'm going to say that that's not a smart idea. What she's doing is a strategy to split pushing where you push alone to draw the attention of the enemy team. But the problem is that like Leona is not a fast pusher, she's a support character, so it would take her approximately 10 billion years for her to actually be able to kill any buildings. Yeah, so this is the Nexus right here. And the Nexus is two turrets in front of it, which are quite tough to take down. So yeah, they're grouping up around Baron right here, Baron Nashor, and they really, really want this, and it can be game-changing. For some reason, our AD carry is bot lane right now. I have no idea. That's a great way to throw the game. Really what you should do is to just take Baron when you know that the enemy team is, well, they got one person like not there, not able to fight. Oh, this is not good. Not good at all.
I see things clearly.
I am going to definitely die here. That is tragic. I don't know why Graves didn't fight them while I was ulted. He could have killed them easily because they're focusing on me. But whatever. That is fine. Anyway, yeah, that was a really, really dumb move on his part, pushing this solo. You never want to do that. Basically past the 30-minute mark in the game, or even sooner really, if you see one of your opponents is just alone bottom lane, especially if he's like an important member of the team, like if he's not the support, well, not to say that supports aren't important, you know, but like if he's a heavy damage dealer, you should absolutely force a fight near Baron. You should try and take Baron, which is what the enemy team did, which was a really good move on their part. And it paid off for them because, yeah, there's no way we could have won that fight without the support from our Graves player here. So that was a really, really bad move. Now they've got Baron buff on them. What I should have done, I had a little bit more faith that we could perhaps contest it a little bit more, but that was a mistake. What I should have done is honestly just not been anywhere near that fight. That was suicide. Definitely suicide. And I knew that too, but you know, every now and then I like to, I don't play as safe as I should. Sometimes, you know, I'm like, oh, you know, maybe I could rely on my team to make good out of a bad situation.
I never rest.
Alright, so now we have the Mexican standoff phase of the game, where they have the little buff from Baron that I was talking about. That's the Baron buff. The buff from Baron, the Baron buff. We are really, it would be unwise for us to pick a fight as long as they have that Baron buff on them, as you can see right here. Exalted with Baron Nashor. So we should not take a fight with them unless we have to. And we should stall out that Baron buff. Now, the real question is, since League of Legends is a team game, will my team foolishly engage in a fight?
They cannot fight the cold.
Wow, that Riven actually has quite a bit of farm right there, that's for sure. Ooh, a mana manipulator from Thresh. He was going for the like 45-minute, what is that, Shard of True Ice? I would not recommend that. It is not the highest impact item. If I was going to get it, I would get it sooner, I think. Because at this point in the game, rather than him wasting on that mana manipulator, which gives bonus mana regen to nearby champions, that's good in the laning phase and all, but I guess that was good. That was good. We blew her up again. Just doing my job. Crowd controlling them and whatnot. Keeping them locked down. So that was good. Anyway, if you want to get the mana manipulator and stuff, you should get that like ASAP. Also helps in the laning phase. It would be better if he, completed his item locket. Locket of the Iron Solari. That would really help in a team fight. Might be able to catch this guy. So he's quite out of position. Although we do have to watch out for Leona, who is also quite out of position. Yeah, I'm a little cautious about going in at the moment, because I wanted to sort of wait out some of their more devastating abilities. Alright, nice. So we fought that really, really intelligently. The idea is that if you're behind, you want to wait until the enemy makes a mistake and capitalize it. You want to wait for a pick-off, so to speak. So, we noticed that Riven was a little out there without her team support, and I helped block her down, and that made the difference. That made the difference. And yeah, the enemy team has to go respawn here, and that's gonna allow us to not only, so we took this inhibitor, which makes all of our minions stronger, and we also took out a lot of their turrets. So now their nexus is almost vulnerable, which means that this game is slowly coming to a close. League of Legends games do take a while. They take on average 30 to 50 minutes, but they can take a wide variety of time limits.
So many secrets buried in ice.
Okay, so Riven is middle for no reason whatsoever. We're going to take this turret, and that's going to give all of our team some gold and a little bit of map control.
I see things clearly.
League of Legends is all... Yeah, League of Legends is all about being careful, and people tend to screw up when they play this game by being a little too manly. It's the intelligent decision-making that matters. So now I got my Zhonya's Hourglass, so I am really hard to kill at this point. They're going to be hard-pressed to deal with me. Not entirely sure what my last item will be. I might make it a Death Cap, or a Rylai's Crystal Scepter. It's hard to say.
Buried in ice.
I think I will let the situation call for it, but I don't think I need to really do more damage necessarily. I think Rylai's might be a better idea.
That will come again.
Alright, so anyway, I'm gonna lock Lucian down here because he's their AD carry, just like how Graves is ours. So I'm gonna really want to get him out of the fight as soon as I can, and this was really nice. Okay. So that might be all she wrote for them, because they've got to respawn in another minute, and I think we can just take this. Okay, it looks like the enemy team has indeed surrendered, so GG, well played.
Victory.
Alright, yeah, so that's League of Legends for you. It's a load of fun. Loads of fun. Gonna commend this guy for being friendly. Syndra can have the teamwork one. And yeah, so that's League of Legends. It is a lot of fun. This is the end game screen, which you can see everyone's, the minions that they've killed, their total gold earned, and all the items that they have. There's so many items in League of Legends, so it's all about picking the right ones for the situation, and that can take some game sense, of course. So if you enjoyed this, Don't forget to check out the rest of the stuff on my YouTube channel, of course. Links to everything on the screen, as well as my Twitch TV, Twitter, and Facebook account. I do stream this and other games and whatnot, and if you ever want to play with me, the way to do it is to watch my live stream, and then I will be playing with my viewers there. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed playing it, and yeah, see you guys next time.